small biz pro, and so we grow. Using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal, a very tired Crystal.
and your coach, Gilbert Buchanan, the small business paramedic. And folks, we're here today to have an amazing show. We have a very special guest who's going to tell you guys about some amazing things that he's been doing over the years. He's a small business owner, he's an entrepreneur. But in the meantime and in between time, I want to go ahead and ask my co-host how she's doing. How has her week been?
She has been fine. She's had to get up at 5:30 in the morning every single day for the last week.
Folks, for those of you who can't see my co-host, she's yawning like crazy. She's still sleeping.
She is she's tired. She's been getting up at 5:30, and then she's been going to sleep at 1:30 because she has to do her own work after she comes back from the kids, and so she's tired. I'm glad it's Friday, and 'cause I'm tired. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm tired.
Oh my Lord.
Love my kids to death, but this early morning stuff ain't my thing. And I gotta get adjusted to it. And last night I think I went to bed at 1:30 and I had to be up at 5:30.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, so
I don't envy you at all, co-host. I do not.
So I am happy to be here, kids, man. It's and then on top of all the other stuff that's going on in America that is driving us completely bonkers. And so it's just a lot right now. But hello everyone. Welcome. And I'm glad to have you here. That's all I can say. And I'm glad for our guest to be here because I didn't have to come up with a content.
Oh man, co-host, you want to tell them how to get connected with us, how to register, how to subscribe?
Yeah, you guys can head over here to our QR code and hit that subscribe button, and go over to our YouTube channel, and you will find our archives of our program. We've been on the air for 9 years. Actually, as of July 8th, which is next week, it will be actually 9 years. And so hit that subscribe button, hit a like if you like what we're talking about, and we will bring you into the Business Zone family. And so there you have it.
All right. So my co-host, guys, for those of you who don't know, she's been pretty busy working with some youth entrepreneurs. That's her specialty. She works with youth anywhere from the ages of 13 to 18, help them to become business owners, entrepreneurs, introduce them to the marketplace, and show them how to do financial statements, set up their business infrastructure, and all of that. So, and she's been doing very well, very successfully, helping these businesses. They even she and her partner, program partner, takes these small businesses to competition, entrepreneurship competition, and they'll compete regionally and nationally. They've got folks who have competed in New York, and they end up winning these competitions. These young entrepreneurs that my co-host Crystal and her program partner Rhonda, I call her Miss Rhonda, that they do. And I believe there is a competition coming up soon that my co-host is preparing for, and that's why she's so tired today. So you never know. I may be doing most of the talking today for a change because she's tired. So what competition do you have coming up, my co-host?
The kids are competing on next Thursday.
Mm.
for the Biz Camp competition. So I have 10 kids in my class, and
Mm.
Miss Rhonda has 16 in her class. So her class will be competing against each other, and my class will be competing against each other. And today we did financials, and so we'll see what happens next week. And next week, the coaches are coming in to help mentor the kids. I will be working really hard next week because I probably will have to do all the financials for all of the 10 kids. And then they compete on Friday, on Thursday, and then that's the end of that program. And then I have my second cohort on the 7th, that following Monday.
Mm, mm,
That
mm.
that's what's happening, and those kids will I'll start all over again, laying the groundwork. But I'm happy with the kids. They've actually created some phenomenal businesses or concepts of businesses, and so they've heard all of my words, and so yeah, so and they're pretty cool. We've just had a few little incidents, but yesterday they did pretty well. They had sale day. And we are housed this summer at El Camino Community College.
Oh, over by the Santa Monica Airport.
It's out in Torrance. So we're actually in Torrance.
Yes.
Yeah. So the kids are on the campus of a junior college.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
How's that traffic for you going back and forth down there?
Yeah. There you go.
You gotta hit the 405 and the 110, right?
No, just the 405, but past the airport in the morning
Oh Lord.
at 7:30.
Woo-wee. So you have that early morning traffic that you gotta deal with there, huh?
Yeah. Plus the fact
Oh.
that you have sleep. But I made it through this first week or the second week. We were
How
there
many
last
more weeks do you have?
week. Next week and 4 more weeks.
Oh my Lord, I give you credit, co-host. I could not do that. Could not do it.
Ah, well,
Woo-wee.
it's a pretty lucrative. Besides the fact that the kids are amazing. Um, and even the kids in the other program and Miss Rhonda's program, those kids all came from my program last year, and so they're all very happy with Miss Rhonda and Miss Crystal. I even the young men that are opening doors for me and carrying things, telling me I'm their favorite and all that sort of stuff. Of course, they want something from me, but they know how to woo you.
Co-host, I'm working on a kind of a video production type thing. I may end up doing a little expose on you one of these days because your story needs to be told. You've done quite a bit of work with the young entrepreneurs, and people need to have this. We need to produce a video and just send it to many of the parents and different types of organizations so they know what you do. I know what you do, and others know what you do, but I think most of the public out there don't know. So we're gonna have to get them educated on what you do.
Well, actually, we're actually pretty happy this year because this is the first year that we've had such a diverse group of kids. We have 4 Asian kids. We
Mhm.
have in my class, I have like half my classes. It's a nice little blend
You have Latinos.
Latinos, black children, and as well as Asian children. And then Ms. Rhonda has a number, so we're quite diverse. They sought
Yeah,
us out. They went looking for us
yeah.
and found us, and we're the only program that is available in the summertime for Biz Camp. Some of the schools have entrepreneur programs, but not a summer camp type of thing. And so
Mhm.
every child that's in my class wanted
Yeah,
to be there. And so that's pretty amazing because most of the time it's the parents sending the kids, but these kids are
yeah.
all interested in being in business.
Right.
And then there's a couple of them in the class that have crossed over
Mhm.
unbeknownst to me from my tennis program, and so that's pretty cool.
That's
So,
good. That's
yeah,
very good.
Yeah.
Now,
So
for those of you who are just tuning in right now, you're probably scrolling on Facebook, LinkedIn, or on YouTube, and you're going, what is this program right here? What are they talking about? Well, this is the Business Zone, guys. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4:30, and there are two hosts on the show. You got Miss Crystal Mitchell. She's a business coach, and I call her super consultant because she she does a lot more than many basic consultants do in the business and entrepreneurship marketplace. I also consider myself a super consultant because of the extent that I go with many of my clients. I help them in a variety of different ways. When I meet my clients and then I leave them an hour later, they should be in a better position than when I first met them. I provide them resources, I give them information, and we do follow up with action items. So, yeah, those are the
yeah.
things we do to help these small businesses. So, we're
Okay.
on YouTube, and if you guys are on YouTube scrolling, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I hate to call it subscribe because you guys are not really subscribing or anything. You're just checking a button to follow us so we can provide you guys with information. So I hate that subscription terminology because you're not really charging anybody anything. This is a free program, guys. So
Yeah. Yeah, but so hit us and like us because that's how we move up in the algorithm on YouTube, and so
yeah.
we can make sure that other people are seeing us and listening to this valuable information. But I'm excited about our guest because he has a very interesting product that that he has created. Now, I heard a whole lot of business concepts because I've been doing biz camp for the last 13 years, and I've heard a whole lot. But this is the very first time I've heard of this product, and I think it's pretty ingenious. And
Well, we got to introduce him to the world then. Turn him
yeah,
loose.
so I'm going to bring him on, and we will have some conversation with this very inspiring, innovative entrepreneur. And he was referred to us by our good friend, Miss Chacha McGinnis.
Man,
Hello.
Chacha
And
is good people, man.
yeah, she is very good people. I'm going to switch we're going to put him in the spotlight. We're going to move you here, move him here, and move you there. How about that? Oops.
There you go.
And there we have it.
All right. So
So
what is our guest's name?
I'm getting ready to introduce you. So this
Oh,
is
okay.
Mr. Gregory Brown, and
Mm-hmm.
he's been in business for 2 years, and
Uh-huh.
he has launched a business called what is it? Oh, shoot.
Pop is
Yeah, there he is.
Count it
Taste
out.
bud. So we're gonna let him tell you all about himself and all about his business and the proper name of his business. So it don't sound like we're just murdering it, but it is very. I have not heard it before, and I've heard a whole lot of businesses, a lot of concepts. But this is cool. This is a whole new one. So welcome to the business zone.
Welcome, Mr. Brown. Welcome to the Business Zone.
Thank you.
We're glad to have
Yes. So, what was the question again?
oh, wait a minute. I got it. It's Prancing Tastebuds. That's
Yes,
the name of it, right?
that's the company name. Yes,
Okay. And then the product's name is
it's called Pawpis Mocha Energy.
Pop, Pop,
Pawpis, yes.
Poppy.
Papi, like Papito.
Yeah, P-I-S, Pawpis. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Like the Latin word papi, like
that's exactly where it's derived from. Yes.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
all righty. So
are
it
you
is
Dominican or Cuban? What are you?
My family's from Panama.
Oh yeah, get
Minimum,
out of here.
yes, yes, yes.
I'll tell you about my Panamanian story later.
Okay, I look forward to that. Yeah,
Well, right now it's your spotlight, man. Tell us about you and your business and how you got involved with the Los Angeles Urban League.
yes. So my business, obviously, is called Prancing Tastebud, and flagship product is Pawpis Mocha Energy. It's in selling these little bags here. It's 1 ounce little bags of pretty much like caffeinated and energy snack. It's a caffeinated energy snack that can double as a cereal. It's got 12 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and it's the wonderful aspect of it all is that it has 75 milligrams of caffeine. So each one of these little packets is equivalent to a shot of espresso.
Man, my co-host could use that packet right now. And
Yeah, let me put it through the screen. Grab it. Grab it.
she needs a packet of that right on to keep her awake.
Yes, yes, yeah. And so yeah, so how I got involved with the Urban League, that was actually from what was it, Ryan? Ryan, I believe it was Brian Morgan. I was at so this is goodness, what was it called? There was a
Are you in one of the cohorts?
I
The
was in the
Intuit?
cohort, but I'm trying to see how I got into the cohort.
Oh, okay,
From
okay.
a gentleman, this is Brian Morgan, owner of Aqua Equity, had met him a um, at a venue for, at the convention center a few months back, and he
Okay.
told me about the Urban League, and he was like, "You should definitely, he gave me Ty's information. He was like, "You should definitely reach out. Da da da. You would, I benefited from this cohort. Yeah, I think you would too." And so, went through, I believe it was an 8-week program. Um,
Mm-hmm.
got in touch with, many of the cohorts, but also um, my Chacha was just extremely helpful to me and has been throughout and ever since. And so, yeah, so that's how I got here from her. From
So,
her.
so you were in the MBDA program. That
Yeah,
was the 8-week program. Okay,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm one of the consultants at the Urban League. I'm like, wait, I haven't met you.
Okay, so I must have missed you then.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, usually you come to, well, you probably have seen me on or heard me, or if you were on any of the classes that I taught through the
Yes.
program. I did all the
Yes.
financial ones.
Okay. Yes. Yes. I mean, I
And
was
that
there.
was,
It was
yeah,
mandatory in order to
yeah, it's
graduate.
mandatory.
Yeah.
So that was me. But
Yes.
so obviously your financials are fine. So nobody referred you over to me.
Oh, it could always be better. So I need the referral. Need it even more.
So Gregory, you got some fans in the chat. Then you got
Okay.
the super fan show.
Yeah.
She said, "I'm so proud of my nephew Gregory. He has eaten every cereal known to man." And then you got Miss Candace Simmons. So she's a style educator. She said, "Me too. Congratulations."
Oh,
So
So
you getting some love in the chat there, Greg.
good.
So I thought my nephews were the only people that just still as adults eat cereal because they'll pull out the cereal box in a hot minute.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, since breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Before
Man,
I learned to cook and after I learned to cook. I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
love
see. I'm gonna see if you can, make some adjustment to your product line. I don't expect you to, but because I don't eat chocolate, so if,
Oh,
if you have like an oatmeal raisin type approach,
okay.
then cereal, then I would love that, man. I would
Okay.
be
Okay. I'll keep it in
supportive.
mind as
You
I
see what I'm
can.
saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, do you add milk or creamer to it?
Well, it can be eaten dry, so it's a on the go snack.
Like
And
you're
so,
watching
but
TV, right?
that's actually a good addition. I mean, there's so many alternative ways to use
Yeah, man. If you can throw that oatmeal raisin type deal, man, ooh, wait, I'll be
it.
buying boxes from you.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
before Papa's, what was your favorite cereal?
So my favorite was Golden Crisp. I love
Oh, okay.
Sugar Bear, the little brown bear, the blue shirt.
Uh-huh.
I can't get enough of my golden crisp. That was my favorite one. But ever since, I mean, probably after that, I think it was Honey O's is one that I liked. But I mean, I like my uncle said, I've eaten every cereal known to man, so I've eaten a lot. Like, the cereal aisle had always been my, I guess my place of solace.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
in movies, like whenever something grand happens, you hear the angels going, "Oh!" That's how I
Uh-huh.
felt whenever I was in that aisle. So I would always
You
go
know,
and see which
it,
ones I hadn't
it's
tasted. Mhm.
it's amazing that someone takes something that they love and they're a fan of and convert that approach into an entrepreneurship venture, man. This is great. I love it.
Yeah,
See,
thank
that's
you.
how you know you're a true entrepreneur, when you take something that you love and you appreciate, and you expand on that
Yes,
and make it into an item that the people in the marketplace really love as well. That's
yes,
me. That's beautiful, man. That's
thank
beautiful.
you.
You got
Well,
wins. You got Winds of Restoration saying, "I love Poppies. It's a great product."
Oh,
Do you know who that person is?
I think
Winds of Restoration.
that might be my
Probably a female.
that might be. I think I know who that is. Yes.
Oh, okay.
so your business, were you able, did you fund it yourself, or how did you well, first of all, how is it being manufactured? Is it, where is it being manufactured? And take us through the
Um.
steps.
Yes. So that steps funded myself. So yes, that was. I'm also a part of what is it? Not only Vermont Slauson, but I'm
Okay.
also part of what is it?
PCR.
PCR. Yes, and so
Okay.
um, oh my gosh, it started from my I had a counselor or have a counselor. My business coach Karen Blackwell helped
Oh,
me
I
out.
know Karen.
Has helped me so much,
Yeah.
and she I was funding it myself. I went from, co-manufacturer to co-manufacturer, and I was, working in a kitchen. That wasn't working out, and I was just like, I need someone to help me out and to outsource this somehow. I bought a puffing machine from China. Then this was during the pandemic. It took 3 months to get here. I couldn't
Mhm.
power it up. I had to
Yeah.
take it all the way home. I'm from Fresno. I had to take it home to to be able to try to plug it up, to get enough power to it. It broke,
Yeah.
and so thankfully, in at a time when I needed it most, um, uh, Therese, she has a company called Powered by Zaret. Won a, I got a scholar, I guess you call a grant. I was
A
awarded
grant. Uh-huh.
and I was able to use that money to buy my first samples of for product and development at this new manufacturer that I found, and so from there I was then able to do a friends and family round of funding, of fundraising. I got a few other grants, and I've had a lot of help along the way.
No, that's good.
Yes, yes.
That's
Mm,
really good. One of the things, yeah, Karen is amazing. In fact, Karen came to the third day that I started Biz Camp this summer. Karen
okay.
came and introduced the kids to the program that she's about to launch. It talks about mindset and helps the kids to walk through the process of what it is like to be an entrepreneur. And the kids loved her. They had a fantastic time,
Yeah,
and uh, and she was actually piloting the program so she could get feedback from the kids, and
yeah.
so it was a
Wow.
mutual, enjoyable occasion for her and them.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, Karen is incredible. Then Colette. Then we are traveling in the same circles,
Right,
obviously.
right, right. I'm learning that the circle is small and quite close. I'm loving that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We're all out there doing our thing
Mhm.
and having a good time. Can Dance, if you know her, she's got a boutique in Culver City,
Okay.
but she may just be on. But Candace, I saw her on Sunday. One of the community peers and colleagues, Constance Anderson. She used to be the VP over at PCR.
Okay.
She passed away back in March, and so we had her homegoing on Sunday
Mm.
of last week.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's the hard. Is that the hardest part you think was helping, coming up with the idea, but then being able to scale it so that you actually could mass produce it?
Yes, that was the most difficult because putting up my own money was I'm depleting. I'm depleting my funds. I'm depleting my resources, and I knew that that wasn't going to be, you know, fiscally. It's not going to be financially possible for me to continue unless I get help. And so,
Mm.
yeah, that was the biggest thing. And so, thankfully, um, I've learned more about how to get funding. I've learned so much more about it, and just yes, I just feel a lot more equipped over the past couple of years and some change because I mean going into this, like I think that I know a lot. Like I think that but when I'm talking to you experts, I'm like, wow, I feel so small. I shrink because I'm like, this is a world that I just have no idea about. I come from a entertainment background.
Oh,
This
okay.
is a complete, I guess you'd call it a deep, not a detour, but I'm deviating from my,
From what you're accustomed to.
yes. So,
And you actually went to the top, because by the time you get to Karen, since she was worked at Nestle, that's the top of the pecking order right there,
yes,
and so she
yes,
knows exactly what is needed, what is going to be purchased in that space, right, and who
yes,
and how it's going to be received. So you have had the best.
yes. Thank
That is
you.
pretty awesome. So so if you were in the entertainment, was that your idea? I mean, did you have a desire to have your own business, or did this just kind of happen because of the love for cereal?
Well, I guess I've always wanted to do my own thing per se. Like, I mean, I had started off in engineering, and also that's was my so like I said, when I feel like I'm learning all over, again, I feel like I went to college all over again.
Oh,
I
okay,
started
yeah.
off in engineering, and then I went to music and film, and so this was I'd always wanted to create something, and I've always wanted to be able to sell something, and not only sell something, but sell something that people would actually that would benefit people
Right.
in any way. And so that part it just kind of came. So um, I was actually, and I love to cook as well. So that's
Oh,
actually where it came from.
okay,
So,
okay,
yeah, I did a little stint at a restaurant, and I was doing a little overnight job, and was struggling to stay up during these hours. And so I was like, you know what? I was making a bunch of different different items or different desserts and different meals and stuff. And I said, you know what? Tonight I'm gonna make cereal. Just a random thought. Concocted a recipe, and then just and I also inserted some or infused it with some caffeine. I told some of my coworkers to try it, and they were like, "Dude, like this is really good. Like if you actually do something with this, I purchased it. Like I think this is a viable product." And so from that point on, I was like, "Okay, let me see who else wants it."
all right.
So,
It's an incredible. You would be great on one of the a show that's like a pitch type of show, because they would really get it. There's so many people that are in the serial,
right.
so by the time you got to the judges, you probably would have a whole panel of individuals that like sitting on Saturday morning watching cartoons and eating
Yeah,
cereal, and
Have the
man,
eating out of
you
his
get all the
hand.
money.
yeah, yes, yeah.
That's good, man. That's good.
Mhm.
That's good. So you started when? This business was started when? How
So
long ago?
it was, I mean, I guess I could say I got the official would be 2 years ago when I got this
Mhm.
iteration of the product, but it was maybe during the pandemic, like a year before the pandemic, is was when I was coming up with the idea, and
Right.
that's when I was actually creating the recipe, was working at the restaurant, and then I ended up renting out a commercial kitchen, and so that was, I mean, I could tell you, I mean, that was almost 5 years ago, but we didn't have prototype until about 2 years ago. Yes.
So I don't know where you are in your entrepreneurial journey, but as you know, one of the things that we do is we have that assessment, that business readiness and contract readiness assessment. I
Yes.
think you took one, right? Did you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, usually when a small business take that assessment test, if they score 100%, that means they pretty much have all of the key documents, key operating documents, and components that they need to move to the next level, which is to start pursuing contracts or lines of credit. So, I'm thinking that what you're producing would be a good thing for one of two things. Next year we have the FIFA World Cup coming here
Right.
to California.
Yes.
So that could be one thing. And the second could be the Olympics coming in 2028. So you have some cereal, I'm telling you, you have some cereal for some of those folks at the Olympics, man. Woo,
Yes. Yes.
they'll be eating out of your paws.
Right. Exactly. Right.
So what's the next step
So keep
for
that
you?
in mind. Put that as part of your plan, man. Part of your goal. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is big box next to
Huh?
be on the big box to be on the shelves of
I mean,
Ralph's and
that's the goal. That's the goal. Anywhere from, Walmart, which is ultimately where I'm trying to go. But currently, I have a pilot that I'm doing within Crunch Fitness. So gonna be in. So this is probably about sometime next month. The Cerritos location as well as the Long Beach location will be promoting in those centers, and like I said, it's only two of them. So if that goes well, they're going to
Yeah.
roll it out to all of their Crunch Fitness centers across the nation, which are about 500. So that's the goal.
So your product
okay.
is also a weight loss type product. Is that it?
Yeah,
They can use it as that too. Because
supplement.
see, in my head, what I'm hearing is oatmeal raisin clusters that
Okay.
you make those cereals with. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So
It's
if I can get
indelibly
that,
in my
man,
head now. So the oatmeal. Okay.
I'm telling you, man, that oatmeal raisin cluster, and if I'm sitting watching TV, man, and I'm eating just that, I don't
Yes.
need to eat any dinner or anything like that.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's got enough protein.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind, man. And you mentioned Walmart.
Yes.
I want you to, I don't, Chacha is an amazing marketing consultant.
Mhm.
So she probably already, established a vision board for you and all of that, and
Yes.
your
Chacha.
milestone plan and
Yes.
all of that, right? Like maybe an 18-month milestone plan.
Yes.
So part of the targets I'm thinking you should be putting in there is Costco's, Sam's Club,
Right.
some of those. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And those are the ones you want to strive for. Because you can get into Costco and doing those samples. I'm telling you, because
Right.
families, they bring their kids to
Yeah.
Costco's and Sam's Club. The kids start trying your product. Woo,
Yes.
woo.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, there actually is a new supermarket that just opened up here in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What is it, Vallarta?
Oh,
And yeah, that might be a spot
yes.
you might want to venture over because I haven't been over there, but my sister is extremely impressed with it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so since they're brand new and they just cut the ribbons probably about 2 months ago.
Yes. Okay.
And that might be a conversation because generally, there's a gentleman that's been in Los Angeles for years. He's here in the Bay Area,
Mhm.
but he has had potato salad in um, Ralph's and Bonds and Pavilion.
Yes.
And that was what he said when how he got in to the market, the supermarket place, was he went to a neighborhood supermarket in the Bay Area.
Yes.
And because they're smaller and then if they're not chained, and they don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of everything.
Right.
And the
Okay.
smaller he said that he didn't have to have such a large mass production
Yeah.
run done because it's a smaller market. And so
Yes.
he was able to get his feet wet that way to figure out all the ins and outs of it before he actually got into the bigger markets where then he was mass producing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's ideal. That's what I need to be doing as well. Yes.
Yeah, and then he said that the smaller ones you can actually go over and talk to the managers and the district manager, because they're all there, right?
Right.
And it's more of a personal thing, and you're Afro Latino, so that should work too
Yeah.
in your favor.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Greg, you're getting a lot of love in the chat, man. You
Oh
got
yeah, I appreciate that.
super fun show. They're saying, hey, growing into your destiny, brother.
Yeah.
And then Showcase TV said, if it's anyone that was going to make a cereal like this happens, it's Greg. Love puppies. Man, we got Bite Size Chronicles. Man, you got some amazing supporters here. You got Bite Size Chronicles said, hey, simply superb.
Yes.
Then Winds of Restoration says, oatmeal sounds good.
Yeah.
And Super Fun Show said, oatmeal raisin, I'll remind you. And then
There you
Bite
go.
Size Chronicles says, energy shot for athletes. So, you know.
So what's the weight loss component? The caffeine?
It does curb, it curbs
Yeah, curbs your appetite.
It's
Mhm.
low calories as well, so it's 120 calories. So if you're trying to lose weight, to be at a calorie deficit is what you want.
Right.
And then there's the protein, which is helps with the building of the muscle. So
Okay.
Man,
yeah.
I guarantee
And
you.
I'm sorry, and then the low sugar. I don't know if I had mentioned that. It's 1 gram of sugar, so we use alternative
Yeah.
sugar.
Oh.
So it has stevia, monk fruit, and allulose, which are low on the glycemic index. And so
Oh, so very healthy. So it actually could be in Whole Foods and a Trader
Mhm.
Joe's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that gives you a broad range, and a Bristol Farms that gives you a broad marketplace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, my brother, I guarantee you, you're going to have a lot of copycats try to copy you. So you got to jump on this and just keep running with it, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because once they taste it, right, and then they see the reaction that other people are getting from your product, man, they're going to want to try. Because America is a copycat society, man.
Right.
Everybody wants to do what a winner is doing. So if you want to jump on this thing, man, you can't stop now.
No.
It's out there. The door is already open.
Yes.
So are you in a position to for the big box store? The amount of production to be
The
able
amount as far as
yeah.
scaling goes.
Yeah, scaling up, for
Yes.
a big.
Yes. Thankfully,
Okay.
yes. I'm in talks of that.
Awesome.
Don't mind my friends coming down here.
Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, but yes, I've like I said with my be it my coaches, be it Karen Cha, and then also one of my who's been helping me so much is my coach Anthony Williams. He's
I know Anthony too.
yeah, he's helped me so much, and so I'm just extremely thankful for just all the guidance that I've gotten thus far, because it's I had no idea how to go about doing this, and so
Right.
yes.
You know what I like, co-host? You know what I like? He's
Mhm.
aligning himself with good coaches and mentors. Because
Yeah.
I had a session with him, I think this week, for about a minute. I met with him and went over his business, did some analysis with him, man, and It's just amazing because he names you. You're going to be the next one because I guess you're going to look at his financials, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you got you, me, you got Karen, you got Anthony Williams over there at VSCDC, who's probably going to take him in the procurement space, right? And
Yeah.
then who
And
else?
that it
And
the
Terry,
MBDA
Terry
and then Terry.
Gupperton as
Yeah,
well.
Google too. Yeah, you are definitely in good
Very
hands over
good
there when it's
people,
time for
man.
the money,
Very
man.
good
Yes,
people.
yes, you guys.
Um, um, yeah, Terry is awesome. And then on top of that, Vermont Slauson, their CDFI their financial programs, and when that's time, and they can walk you through that. And Terry's had many clients that are in that space. But the MBDA program, I mean, what you guys got out of that program, just the intensity every 3 weeks, and all of us are actually presenters, and
Yes,
you've had the best of the best. You had Chacha, she did hers. Gloria, I'm
Gloria. I
sure
was
she.
going to mention Gloria as well.
Yeah,
Gloria has helped me extensively as well.
Man, you got a
Yes,
star for the team, man. Come
yes,
on.
yes.
right. And Gil, have you met Gil Cargill? He's the one that does
The
the
marketing guy.
sales.
I haven't yet. No.
Oh yeah, you need to talk to Gil because
Okay.
he never lets money out the door. Never
Okay.
money's always
Okay.
if it's on the table, he didn't taking it because he is an old school salesperson.
Right. Okay.
In
See,
fact, he
go ahead, co-host.
just started doing a sales series for the Urban League. So he has a program. I think the first night that launched Monday night, and so you should be able to find it on the Urban League's website.
Okay.
He's taking you through the steps of the funnels. I mean, old school. Because one of the things we launched a program called the Urban League Listening Series 2 days ago,
Okay.
and it was for the purpose of helping people during these tariff times. And
Right.
so we had the first one on Wednesday night, and then next week will be, I think, Gloria is doing a sales pricing strategy,
Yes.
and Cha is going to do the marketing, and Gil is doing the sales. I think he might be next week. Strategies of a sales strategy during critical times. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, check it out.
Okay.
So, Greg, have you developed your org chart yet? The organizational chart? Have you?
Is that, I don't know what that is. That the doc with the documents?
Okay, I'm gonna send you a sample so you can see it.
Okay.
Is
On
there
your
a team?
Huh? Well,
Is there
that's what I was getting at. That's what
Yeah,
I'm getting
okay.
at. Because on your org chart, all these people you're naming right now is going to be on there as advisors. These are your advisors.
Yes.
So you got Coach Crystal, you got Coach Chacha, you got Gloria, you got Karen, you got Anthony Williams, you got myself.
Yes.
And that's like 6 or 7 people already. You got a star-studded team. No other entrepreneurs have these people on there. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
no other entrepreneurs have an advisory team like you do.
Yes.
So, yeah, man. So, and then Gil, you've got Gil also who's going to help you with sales.
Right.
And a lot of what we're saying on here, I'm sure Gil is going to regurgitate. He's going to say some of the same things, like the Sam's Club and. Now Costco's a little different animal because when you're selling products like you, then now you're demanding real estate, right? That's what they call their shelves, real estate.
Right.
Real estate is very expensive in places like Costco and Sam's Club. So you got to figure out a way how to do it. And, I think one of your ways is to go in there and do some samples. Hey, let's do samples this week.
Yes.
And then people are going to come by and test it and say, oh, this is great. Where can I find it? It's right here. See this right here, all these packets right here?
Yes. And we actually recently, it was a Juneteenth celebration, and we collaborated with Orange Theory. And my girlfriend, Keela, she helped me. We pretty much were doing an in-store activation, and she was wonderful as far as just helping me to promote, helping me to make sense. I'm just super thankful for her and just for everyone
Wonderful.
who's helped me, thus far. And so, yes, those in-store activations is something that I'm so learning so much about and how important they are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is good,
Yeah.
man.
But however, you have a framework of somewhat, because Gilbert and I have coached a lot of people, especially in the food industry, and I can count on my hands the ones that are actually gotten to this level so quickly.
Yeah.
Generally it takes a long time because
Mhm.
they're still trying to figure out which direction that they want to go in,
Yes.
and they'll come up with a great product, but then there's not enough substance to it to take it to that next level. And so somewhere you acquired that before you got to us. Uh,
Right. Yes.
because most of the time we are like, no, that ain't gonna work, and then we have to help them build that. But so kudos to you, wherever that came from. Are there entrepreneurs in the family?
Yes. I my
Every
dad, it came from my dad first.
Okay.
My
Well,
uncle.
one of his super fan right here. I think it's super fun show and
Yes.
Winds of Restoration. Those two, I'm sure those are in the
Those are
family, right?
Yes, that's my dad, my uncle. So those are my family. So it's definitely my dad and my uncle who have very much inspired me in my entrepreneurial journeys.
Yeah, man, that's great. That's great.
Is this the first? This is not the first one.
Of mine.
No, the first entrepreneurial journey. Then you've had others.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I'm a musician, so I'm a composer. So I also sell music.
Oh,
Oh, man,
okay.
we gotta connect him with Paul Morris.
Okay,
Did you meet Paul in the MBTA program?
I'm not sure.
Is he in the MBTA? No, he's not. He's in the Intuit program.
Okay,
Yeah, we do need to introduce you to Paul. Paul has he and his wife, they have a production studio up in Hollywood. Is it Hollywood or Valley?
Hollywood, North Hollywood.
North Hollywood, and they're from back east. They went to I think they both went to Morehouse,
okay,
and so they've been doing some big stuff. They came out here. They were doing a lot back there. I think she was. They were both in the. One was, I think, wasn't she a majorette, and he was a musician. I think when
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
in college,
He
and
plays
then
is it saxophone or trombone or
I think it's
one of
the
those two?
trombone. I think
Yeah,
trombone or trumpet. Yeah, you need to
yeah,
meet them. They're within the Urban League family.
yeah,
okay.
man.
Um,
I think they'll vibe very
This
well.
Urban League family is strong.
Yeah.
in fact, I think yeah, Gilbert's been up to his studio. Gilbert
Yeah.
is also was a recording artist
Oh
when he
wow,
was in
okay.
When he was in Jamaica. He hadn't told you who he is. He's only talked about me. So why don't you tell him who you are?
Yes, please.
So some of the family members are saying, "Hey, it comes from a family. He comes from a family of scholars. That's Winds of Restoration saying that." And then Sean, the Super Brown, is saying, "I'm having a bowl with milk right now." They're having some of your stuff, man.
Yes.
And then who's this? Kentucky Kayla say, "Absolutely love Pawpis Mocha Energy, and it's always a pleasure collaborating." See that? You got a lot of support, your brother.
Yes, thank you.
So who knows? Maybe we can come together and do a little jingle for your a promo
That'd
song.
be great. Yes.
So we can talk about Pawpis Mocha Energy.
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah, man, this is good. This is good. So, have you ever heard of our show before you've been on here? Have you heard of the Business Owner? No.
Now I know.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a little bit about the Business Zone, man. The Business Zone started way back in 2016 by a brilliant woman that I know. She approached me and say, "Hey, I've got an idea and I want to spread this across the world. Are you willing to join me?" And I say, "Sure." And that woman is the amazing woman that's co-hosting this show right now.
Yes.
It's Crystal Mitchell. So she came to me with the idea and I agreed to it. And, she got inspired by being on another podcast. So, they said, "Oh, you like this stuff, huh?" She said, "Yeah." So they said, "Well, you can do it too." And she said, "Really?" Say, "Yeah, you can do it." So when are you going to do it? She said, "Hey, I'm going to do it July of next year." She didn't think anything of it. She
Yeah.
really didn't think she was going to do it July of next year. And somehow the stars moved together and fall in alignment. And on July 16th, what's it? July
July,
16th?
July, no, July 8th.
July 8th of
Mm-hmm.
2016, man, all of a sudden we were there sitting, signing a contract together with the owner of a studio, man, and she started our thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it actually came by way of in fact, we did a show on it last week. I'm a advocate and fan of Dr. Claude Anderson, and
Love it.
on yeah, and his
Powernomic.
Powernomics, yeah,
Oh, I love
Powernomics,
that. That's my book. That's my manual. I love that
That's
book.
what we
yeah,
told you
right.
last week on the show.
Hmm.
Yeah, so the number 5, the building your media and your controlling your narrative,
Yes.
was what speared that on. I'm also the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, and
Okay.
so the founder of Recycling Black Dollars, which is now 34 years old, was Muhammad Nazardine, and he had a podcast. One, to make sure that we understood what was going on. So that was really where it came from. But I had just read at that time Dr. Anderson's book, and
Yeah.
I was blown away with the national plan. In fact, um, uh, Gilbert and I did it on the show last week. Yesterday, my other podcast, we because this is Black Music Month,
Okay.
we were doing a show on that. And it was just a small grouping of us, but I was asking what music had left an impression or an impact on us, and that left a message that really got us moving. And so, because the time frame that we're in today, everyone was, I think, mine's was Zoom, because as I was going to class,
Uh-huh.
the
Commodore
Commodores,
Zoom. Oh yeah, I know that one.
yeah, what is it, Zoom, looking for your freedom,
Oh, I
and
know
then
that one.
and then um, one of my friends, he was What's Going On. A couple of
Marvin
them was
Gaye.
What's Going On, and the other one with Marvin Gaye, Throw Up Your Hands, I Just Want to Holler Right Now, and then of
Yeah.
course Curtis Maxfield and Tupac. And so as we were getting into that, we were like, okay, we got to do something. It was like 10 of us on this particular podcast, and it's like, we can't be sitting here waiting for them to come forward. So the music was really that spirited on. And
Yes.
so now there's a town hall meeting coming up on the 8th, and we're going to make an effort to implement Dr. Anderson's 7 points in the 5-year national plan.
Oh, definitely. That's
Yeah,
an
we gotta have
amazing idea.
we
Yes. Yes.
yeah, we gotta have a plan, and so we were talking about the music. I mean, if you look back over, and you know this because you're in the entertainment world, back to slavery, we had music, and it told messages, and it helped
Right.
people escape, and it helped people to survive.
Yes.
And so music is really a powerful, um, is very powerful for us as a people in the journey that we've been on.
Yes.
And so we had a really good conversation about that. And I've been listening to um, uh, the not the radio. It's on one of the spot. It might be Spotify, and they've been interviewing people in honor of Music Month, and that's what they're talking about. Everybody's having that same conversation. I don't know if you guys are you having that conversation as a musician, but
Right.
the power of the musical note, the music, the words, the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
is really what can move us out
Yes.
of this inertia that we're in. So,
Yes. Okay.
but
Well, if
So
I
that
are
had,
you
was
are you a singer? You play an instrument? What are you?
well, I'm a composer, so I mean, my instrument would be the keyboard, and then just um, creating stuff from there, assigning instruments, and so that
You
was.
know what's amazing? As soon as I'm asking you that question, Kentucky LA said,
Oh yeah, that's cute. That's my girl, but she's supporting. Yeah, yeah,
Is that your lady? Is that
yes,
your lady?
yes.
Oh man, she knows you very well, man. I love that. I love that, man.
Yeah,
She's really supporting you, brother. And she's like a couple of steps ahead of you right there. Cause she says it and then you say it.
yes, yes. So,
I love it. I love it, man. So you're a composer, right?
hmm yeah.
So yeah, let's put a little jingle together,
Let's
man.
go. I'm ready. I'll be ready. hmm Yeah.
Does she
So,
sing? Does she sing also?
I think she can. I think she
Yeah,
can.
maybe get her in there singing and stuff.
oh,
So
okay. She's,
Yeah.
Sean the Super Brown said he has written over 30 songs for my catalog. What?
Yes.
Really?
Being a catalog, that was my catalyst into music. So, his show is called the Super Fun Show and teaches kids through music storytelling and
Man, I'm
puppetry.
gonna have to hear some
So,
of those,
yeah,
man.
so he was the one. My uncle's the one who first paid me to create music. One who
Wow.
said, "Okay, I think you have a talent, you have a gift for this. So let me go ahead and give you some money to encourage you to continue doing this."
Yeah.
So throughout the years, we've collaborated on numerous
Is
projects.
it like jazz that you do or what? What
It
flavor?
can be because I do it mainly for film and TV, and so it's but it's a wide range from
Ooh,
jazz,
I
R&B,
can't wait to hear this, man.
yeah, yes,
yeah,
I want you
him
to
and
think.
Paul. That would be a good referral.
yeah,
'Cause that's good. He's got that same thought process about music
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
And think about it also. When you're making your own jingle for your own product,
yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah.
you know what that means, right?
hmm
That means you're getting a percentage for the composing of it,
hmm
uh, a percentage for you having the product itself, and
Yeah.
and if you sing on it, that's a lot of percentage right there,
Oh, you're right. Yes.
So did
man.
so did you go to school for was that what you in school for music?
No, I actually went to school for film. So I initially had started off at doing engineering, electrical engineering at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. And I was like,
Okay.
yeah, I don't think I want to do that anymore. So I transferred over to Cal State Northridge and majored in cinema, television arts, but actually screenwriting. So I'm
Oh,
a
okay.
writer as well. So but I also loved music, so I was always fighting
Torn.
those two,
Torn.
torn, um, and so yeah, so I was able to create. I ended up getting a job creating music, and so it was kind of the passion just kind of took off. So
Oh, kinda. That's
Man,
so
I do
cool.
think you should do a jingle for this product. I do think that.
oh yeah, I actually have some. I have some in the can. So
Yeah,
yeah, so but that definitely, if you want to collaborate, take a listen. And
yeah, I want to listen to it, brother. I want to listen to it, man, because you got a whole community out there that you haven't touched yet.
yeah,
That once you do, and you can do jingle in different styles based on the ethnicity,
yes,
the culture. You see what I mean?
yes, yes,
Oh man,
yes.
this is amazing.
Thank
Yeah, the Business Zones jingle Gilbert wrote and performed it
Okay.
for our show. That's him
Yes,
actually
yeah.
singing that.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm all for music because
It,
I
it only
get
took me 20 minutes to write that jingle, man. I mean that promo there
right.
for the show. I was on
Uh,
my way to the
oh, that's
studio.
you.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. That's
that's
what you
cool.
were saying.
Right. Yeah,
20 minutes, man.
yeah.
I was
So
on
yeah,
my way to the
I'm a
studio
big.
and I came up with it.
Okay, yeah, we definitely have to. We gotta
Yeah,
chat.
man. And I said, I got to big up my co-host on this, babe. You notice her name is in there.
Right.
Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan?
Oh, love it. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like yeah, music is it's one of my. I mean, I have a few passions, but it's up there. It's dear to my heart. So I think the bite size problem. That's my dad. Was actually yeah, BET.
Okay.
That's where I actually started.
Oh, you did it on BET?
Yeah, so that's my I started off in the mailroom there. And
Oh, man.
Okay.
from college they were asking like, "Hey, what do you just need to get your way in the industry somehow, some way." And
Yeah.
so once I was in there, they found out that I, could also compose. And so I
Yeah.
introduced them to my music and they were like, "Oh, well, Greg, we like your music. We'll buy your music from you and put it on these shows." And so that's how that came to be. And so
You know,
Okay.
yeah.
something tells me that you're a very modest guy.
Oh yes.
So because of that, people are not hearing your stuff, man. You got to be a little braggadocious,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know this is
I'm sure your dad feels the same way I do.
I've
Because
heard it. I've heard it before.
yeah, because he's going right here. He said, "What about BET?" He's saying, "Hey, come on, man, tell them all this
Yeah,
stuff."
let me know. You've got placements, Greg. Let them know. Yes, thanks, Dad.
yeah, but now I get it. That dad is in the industry and you've been around. I assume
Yeah,
Uncle is
man.
as well. So
Mhm.
you have the DNA for being an entrepreneur.
Yes,
You
I
just
can't
have
help
to
it. Yeah,
land on whatever that product is, but that is who you are.
right. Yes, yes.
So, Greg, I got to get in your business now, right?
Okay. Okay.
So you're from Panama. Where in Panama are you from?
Oh, that's my grandma was from Panama.
Oh, where,
Yeah.
where,
So
where in Panama?
she's from Colon, Panama.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
Colon, Panama.
okay.
Yeah.
Right by the canal over there, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, there's a lot of Jamaicans over there, man, in Cologne.
that's how it happened. Yeah. So
Yeah. Are you related to Jamaicans?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how I got over there. So
See, co-host, I'm telling you, man.
you know.
Yeah,
I
Gilbert,
went there was about 10 years ago. Yeah, about 10 years ago to visit for the first time, me and my cousin. So I had a blast. And so I was like, I definitely need to get back over there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I lived in Panama for a whole year back in 1986.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
That's cool.
I
Yeah.
was over there doing music and all kinds of stuff. I was having a good time.
Yeah. Wow.
But I never got a chance to go to Cologne though. I wanted to go there, but I
Mhm.
never got to. But yeah, it's definitely something on my list.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So you still have family there?
Um, Not that I know. I believe my grandma's relatives, some of them are there, or at least obviously my relatives, but like kind of distant in that sense. So, but mostly everyone had moved, to the States. And so yeah.
So Winds of Restoration says his great grandfather was Cuban. Is that true?
Yeah, it
See,
is.
they're giving me all the tea on you right
Right.
now.
yeah, my best friend is from Cuba.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, her family. She came here when she was 7.
Yes.
So now I understand the music
Yeah,
because
Okay,
that
yeah.
the Cubans, boy, music is in the is that's all they do, dance and
Right.
yeah.
music.
Mhm.
Sing that
I re-
Congo.
uh, I
Yeah.
remember when her mother and father were alive, and I'd come over, and the father was humming his favorite love song to his wife, and the wife was singing her favorite love song to him,
Oh
and
wow.
she's fixing dinner for her husband, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at these two people, and they've been married for over 50 years. Like, how the heck y'all do this?
Still do it. Wow. That's beautiful.
And she's still looking at him like she had just met him when she was in Cuba, and it was
Right.
amazing.
Oh, that's a good feeling. Yes. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, so
according to your dad, man, I'm gonna have to help you to restore that light in you, man.
Okay.
oh,
Yes, please. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
that's
man.
cool.
So much.
Let's do that, man. Because you seem like you got a lot of hidden talents, man. I mean, just the fact that you came up with a cereal like that nobody ever thought about,
Right.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part right there is pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
man. So I'm just waiting for my little oatmeal raisin cluster that you're gonna make, man. I
Okay.
want to try that.
So
Yeah.
are your manufacturers here, or are
Yeah, they're
you going
local. Uh-huh.
local? Oh, that was a
Yes.
good thing. Was that in because obviously this just came about. So, but was that intentional?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
not having to pay to get it shipped here and then shipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely looking locally. And
So do you have a commercial kitchen that you work out of or no?
initially I had one. And like I said, it was just overwhelming to be in
Okay.
there doing it. And I was like, there's gotta be machinery that can do this better than I can do it. And so
Yeah, for sure.
searched. I think I went through, that might have been this current one is my third or fourth manufacturer, because the other ones just weren't able to do it. I even went back to home to Fresno to find one that wouldn't work. I did 2 more after that, and then finally about a couple years ago I found this current one. And so yeah, so it's local.
You know you're going to be very busy, right? This is June,
Right.
so you have only 6 months left, because next year there's a FIFA World Cup. You got the NBA All-Star games and all of that coming here in LA, man.
Yes.
Got to be ready for all of that, because you know those basketball players, they all eat cereal.
Yeah, yes, right.
So
right.
you got to be ready for that, man.
Hopefully we'll have all that, because at the present moment, folks have been banned from coming into this country.
I know.
So the athletes won't even be able to get here. And as of this morning, we may not even be here because he's getting rid of the birthright citizenship.
Oh, Lord.
Which is all the rest of us.
Right.
To be deported. So I don't know what we're going to have by next year.
No.
And that is actually how we as Black people are even living here in this country.
Right.
We got that through the 14th Amendment. So,
yeah. So winds of restoration say, stop being shy, Milk Nose. Is that what they call you?
That's her nickname for me. Yes. Yes.
No, I think this is pretty awesome. And definitely wishing you the best luck and for the next journey to get into the supermarkets and be nationwide and international.
Yes.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yes.
I can't wait for you to start doing some stuff. Are you doing any samples anywhere right now? Anyone, so they can hear and learn about what your cereal?
Yeah, well, like I said, did a pop-up at Orange Theory in North Hollywood last week. Gonna be in Cerritos and Long Beach Crunch Fitness Centers next month, just all throughout the month, focusing on getting sales there so we can get a contract within Crunch. So
okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
So awesome. I know that you're going to be connecting with Gil Cargill, right? Mm-hmm. He's a sales guy. He's going to teach you about sales and all that. But the television station like Channel 7, KCAL 9, Channel 2, CBS, and all of that, they have part of their I'm not going to say it's part of their agreement, but it's a part of their policy to give back to the community. So what they do is they broadcast what's happening in the community now. Yes. They do it in their morning shows, right? So if you can get on one of those morning shows to talk about your cereal, and you're going to have them sample it.
Right.
So that should be your target right now. That's your goal right there, man, because that could go through all the different airwaves and, what's the name of this cereal company? Something out of the Mills. What is it called?
General Mills.
There you go. Those guys may hear about you through the morning show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to think big, brother. You got to think big, man.
Yes, you're right.
So somehow, and it looks like Kentucky, LA, she can help you with this. Mm-hmm. Just try to get, call those guys over at the television station. Say, hey, I'm a local entrepreneur. And I've got this product that I'd like to, share with you guys and, have you guys do samples and check it out. Give me some feedback. Let me know. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
And then you get on that show and they'll probably give you like 5 or 10 minutes,
Yeah.
You get on that show and, bring your cereal, man. And that's all you want. You want it to be recorded and, get a tape from them. And now you can use that as a marketing tool.
You're right.
You see what I'm saying?
You're
right. Gotta think out of the
And so are you planning, so do you have a team or a staff, or is it just
Yeah,
You and the family.
that's it. That's it right now. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Okay. Is that the goal, to actually create a company
of course.
that's based upon where you have your
yeah,
distribution
Come on,
and
I'm Powernomics all day. Come on.
okay,
yeah.
all right, okay. You're vertical.
Yes, yes.
And he's got his support team in the chat here, man. You should see the things they're saying, man.
I'm saying,
Kentucky LA say, hey, that's a great advice, the morning show. And then Winds of Restoration say, he has a great support system.
Mhm.
Love it,
no,
love
no,
it.
that would be awesome because you could come up with a multi-line product
Yes,
that would be
yes.
this being the first, and then of course, I assume the second one's gonna be oatmeal,
All right,
raisin,
it's in there.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
That
all
oatmeal,
of the
the
other
oatmeal
favorites.
raisin cluster is gonna go really far, man. Okay,
yes,
once I get my little circle involved in this, woo.
yes. Okay. Yes,
No, this is pretty awesome, Greg.
thank
Yeah.
you.
We're really
Proud of
proud
you,
of
brother.
you,
I'm very proud of you.
and wish you the best. And you do have a magnificent team that you have behind you with all the rest of us out here in the community. And the other thing is actually knowing that they're there and utilizing them, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of individuals that have been in business, and I've coached, in fact, I just recently coached someone that's been in business for 19 years.
Yeah.
She didn't even know we existed out here. She didn't even know all of the support was here. And so she was doing all this stuff by herself, and just personal crises took place in her life, and everything started falling apart.
Yeah.
And I think someone referred her to Vermont Slauson. And she's
Wow.
just like, I had no idea that I was so busy working in my business, I never knew that these other organizations actually existed
Right.
with,
Yeah.
with the free service. And
Amazing. Yes.
yeah, and so, and a lot of people don't realize how valuable that is
Mhm.
when you're on your own. And here you, because in most cases you'd have to spend, thousands and thousands of dollars to get the equivalent of what you have
I've learned.
in this
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
Mhm.
Greg, did you ever send me your capability statement? Because I'm
I did.
checking here. I
Yes.
don't see it. You did?
Hmm.
Yeah, because I want to take a look at it, make sure, it's got all the key components that you can start sending that out, with pictures of your products on it,
Yes.
so people can start getting an idea.
Okay.
I'm not finding it. So can you send it to me again?
Yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
Yeah, so we can big you up, man. And also CC Crystal on it. We can big you up,
Okay.
okay?
Yes.
We got to work together, man. We got to work as a team, man. I see this thing, like I say, I mentioned General Mills. I'm serious. Those guys are gonna see a cereal and go, "Wow, this
Right.
guy's a big competitor. Let's bring him in."
Yeah.
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 But along those same lines, even the morning show is since you've launched, is to send out press releases
Yes.
to the press network,
Right.
and magazines will pick you up.
Mhm.
I sit on a board and involved in a tennis program,
Okay.
and we sent out a press release. We had someone send out a press release for us, and we got selected to be on what's the young lady, Rachel Ray,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and so because of the fact that physical exercise for kids, because that's what we do, we provide tennis for children.
Mhm.
And so he got on it on she invited him to come on and to talk about the program. And so they gave us $10,000, and then they brought in some of the Bryan brothers were major tennis players,
Oh.
and they actually came out with a $10,000 check. So we walked away from there, but they did a whole segment on him. And at
Whoa.
that
Okay.
point, when that happened, that we were just broadcast all over
Yeah.
the country, and so our program just took off after that, and
Yeah.
people come from everywhere now. They're driving from Calabasas, they're coming from Ventura, they're coming from Chino and Diamond Bar. up to come up to Harvard Park, which is right smack dab in the middle of the hood every Saturday morning. Orange County, we've had people come from everywhere now, but since that aired, it really gave us that exposure. And then some other grants and stuff came along down the line. So and that's what we did. We just sent it out there to on the press network, and people picked it up.
Okay.
Sometimes it's amazing what a little 30-second press can do for you, man. It does amazing things.
Yeah, it does.
We want to get you there, and because we know, according to what your uncle and your dad is saying, and you're that, he's so shy. We're gonna have to get you out of that shy mode, man.
Right.
And have you start bragging about yourself. So see, my co-host is the same way. She doesn't like to talk about herself. I have to keep bragging about her, man.
Yeah.
And I don't mind being a cheerleader. I'll brag for you.
Yeah, and then there's some the president of the BBA. Her name is Sarah Harris. She has a magazine called Sweet Life.
Okay.
As sweet as in the SUITE. Okay. She has a beautiful magazine, and she always highlights people from the community that are doing and launching amazing businesses. And then there's Jason Lewis. He does a bi-monthly newsletter called the LA Standard, and so I'll reach out to them both and refer you over to them, and they can do an article on you and at least get you introduced to the city of Los Angeles, because both of those people are pretty involved in the city of Los Angeles. So there you go. Okay. So that's where you are now. Free. It's called free advertisement.
Let's go.
Man, we're gonna have to brush him off and put him out there, man.
Hey, no, because this is fantastic. These are businesses. When I talk to the kids in my program, is I want businesses that scale.
Yeah.
And so and it requires something that's out of the box, something that is not the customary stuff that we usually sell when we go into business, because it's easy. It's something that we know. The entry is easy, and then we kind of get stuck because we never can move it up to the scalable level where it actually can either be manufactured completely by you, or somebody comes along and offers you a deal you can't pass up from one of the General Mills or any of those big companies, and then that that sends you into another direction, because that's what you're looking for, is whatever that exit strategy or succession plan is. It requires somebody picking you up. Right. And deciding what you want to do.
Right.
With it.
Co-host, that's a great point you brought up. I never even thought about it. Well, you know me, I love my research. I like my number, my stats, and all that. I'm big in the number and research. So you probably already have this in your business plan, Greg, but I want you to think about how many kids have cereal here in LA County, right? That's the first.
Okay.
Then how many people have cereal? Because now you're getting your target market that you're going to go after. You see what I'm saying? Because you got people like me who we haven't had cereal in a while, but we love cereal.
Right.
That you're going to have to re-energize and bring back into the marketplace. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just the cereal population, is obviously the athletes.
Energy.
That's the target.
Yeah, the athletes, because you got the protein and the energy. And if they're already doing energy shots, it might as well be with cereal.
Right. It's the thing. It's for the go-getter, the person who's trying to achieve, be it an athlete or be it the business person who's trying to stay up to get something done, or have gotten something done last night, and is trying to maintain focus throughout the day
in a healthier way, because sugar is usually what person grabs, right? They bad for you, and but at the same time it'll give you that spike in energy, but then you crash down. So and if this has the protein and it helps you balance, you should be able to help you balance that out with the caffeine and the high level protein. So again, I'm always telling my kids. So possibly I can have you come talk to my kids for my second cohort, which starts in July. And we're there to July 25th before they have their competition. We'd love for you to either come out and talk to coach the kids, actually, because like next week the kids are going to be working on their business plan, and so we need people to have them recite their plan to them and then give them input on things that you've learned that can be passed on to the kids, and then they pitch their business. And so we have a speaker, we have a coach, and we have judges that we're always looking, volunteers that we're looking for.
And how old are they? How old are the kids?
13 to 18.
Wow. Okay. I would love that. Yes.
Yeah. And this cohort, we have a young lady that actually yesterday, so she's a caterer and she makes some amazing food, but they had a sale day yesterday and she came over and she said, "Here's my popcorn." And I'm like, "Okay." And she says, and I'm like looking for a bigger bag. And she says, no. The product is the seasoning that I make.
Wow.
And so you sprinkle it on the popcorn. And then she had some chicken and you sprinkle it on there. So she was really selling seasoning. And we're like, why isn't that the business?
Yeah.
But we have a number of kids. I have one young lady that has a skincare, hair care product that is now in several beauty supply stores.
Yeah.
And she started that business when she was 13. And I have another one makes almond cakes. A vegan almond cakes, and she sells at 2 farmers markets weekly, and she is turning 16, and she started when she was 13 as well.
Wow.
And one has won many a competition. She came in. We compete. They compete in competition, so they competed on a national level last year. And she came in second place, and our other young man, he came in first place, and so he and then he got to compete internationally, and so his product is a tech product. He's created an app that is AI assisted, and it helps you find scholarships based upon what you're really looking for in school. So and he's
so Greg. Greg, I have 2 things I want to share with you, right? You remember at the beginning of the show, I said when I meet with a client or a potential client, when they walk away, they should feel much better about themselves and their business than when we first met, right?
Right.
So they got to be more informed, more educated, or they walk away with some type of resources that they can use.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, I got that for you.
Yeah.
So, but before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on in the chat.
Okay.
You got your mom, Claudette Lepon.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you, Greg. Love you, Mom. Then we got your auntie Anita. She's the Winds of Restoration. That's her name. And she said, "Hey, this is Auntie Anita," right? And then she said, "Thank you for the referral." Then your mom said, "The sky's the limit. Let's go, Pawpis." then your girl, Kentucky LA says, "This is such a great podcast. Thank you for sharing this all." And we're gonna invite you back on this show. We're going to give you about 6 to 9 months so you can, utilize some of the resources that we're sharing with you and start taking that out. Okay. So let's see who. Bite Size Chronicle says, it can be a snack right out of the bag. No milk needed.
Right. That's my dad.
That is so amazing.
Fan clubs, that's a cool thing.
Yeah. Sean Super Brown said, from the parents to the kids without the caffeine.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see him on the cover of Black Entrepreneur magazine.
Okay.
So I'll be waiting for that.
All right.
And Essence.
that's the love you're getting out of the chat. Now, let me give you some amazing stats that you're going to use in your marketing program.
Okay.
All right. So, you know me, I love my data, right?
Yes.
So I went to Chat GPT and I said, hey, how many cereal eaters do we have here in California? They said, hey, we got 7.5 million Californians who eat cereal every day.
Right.
Every day, California. And that's just that, right?
Right.
And then they did another calculation. They said 28.8 million Californians consume cereal regularly. So you got the daily and the regularly.
Yes.
So regularly is 28.8 mil. Every day is 7.5.
Right.
But now, if we're looking for on a national level, they're saying weekly cereal household consumers, 91% of U.S. households keep cereal in their pantry.
Wow.
91%. Yeah. There are 350 million Americans.
Yeah.
350 million. And 91% of those, they keep cereals in their pantry. So you see the target market that you got?
Yeah.
You see the market you got, my brother? and you haven't even included the oatmeal raisins.
Oh yeah, right. That part. I remember that.
that part right there.
That part. So that's what I want to leave you with, man. That's what I want to leave you with, man. Anything you want to share to our audience out there, man?
Yeah, I just thank you so much for tuning in. Also, if you're looking to buy a 5-pack of it, you go to www.pawpis.us. That's PAWPIS.us, and you can buy yourself a 5-pack of Pawpis as well. If you'd like to follow on social, on Instagram, it's pawpis.energy, and see what we got going on. So.
All righty. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you. I will pass your information, share your information with the media folks that I'm connected with, so that they can start you can do an article on you. That would be pretty awesome. And introduce you to all of the community of Los Angeles. And yeah, and you have a phenomenal family there. It is great to have people in your
amazing
in your corner for you.
Yeah,
because it's always interesting. Most time your family don't know what you do until you become real fans. Like, wow, you've been doing that.
Oh, wow. No, they've been supporting me since the beginning. I'm super grateful. Super grateful.
That's great, man.
So good. Kudos to the family.
Great family. Much respect to you, family. From mommy to auntie to daddy to uncle and the wife to be Miss Kentucky LA. So here's the deal. After the show is over, because we're live right now on YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook, right? So after the show is over, you go to YouTube, you'll see the show, click on it, the link is there, just copy the link. Now you got some marketing material. And all the stuff that we talked about on the show, you're going to have it there. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So all the recommendations that we give you, it's there in the video, brother.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll clip some, and they'll be posting throughout the week, so you can just pull those off of YouTube and use those as your marketing as well. And thank you, like I said, thank you to your family. It's been a pleasure, man.
I love the fact that his family is here supporting him, man. This is probably the first guest we've had where the family was just so supportive, right?
Yeah, that they were very, very supportive.
Kids before and their parents were on, but man, this is amazing. This is amazing.
And then more than that, most family don't even know what you do until you hit it big. And it's like, oh yeah, is that what you've been doing?
You do
been there supportive, but they've been there from the very beginning. So that's fantastic. Yeah, I see big things on the horizon. Major things on the horizon. You got a product that is definitely viable out there in the marketplace. And like I said, if you've had Karen Blackwell as your coach, I know you.
Yes, and she used to work at Nestle.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I already know he's prepared.
she's the one that got me started. She's been with me since the very beginning, before I even
Yeah.
had the product.
Yeah. I forgot she used to work at Nestle.
Mhm.
And
And
they're
the one thing that if there was not promise there, Karen wouldn't have been there. So
Right.
yeah,
she only works with the diamonds, man. Well, the diamonds in the rough to become diamonds.
yeah.
Right.
You got to be ready when you get to Karen. Now,
Yeah.
the next ultimate spot to when it pops back up again in the Urban League will probably be advertising it soon.
Okay.
And I had someone else on another podcast is the Goldman Sachs 10,000 small business. That's the ultimate in the coaching. It phenomenally changes everything about your business. The businesses that have gone through that program,
Yeah.
it's a, I think it's a year. No, it's not a year. It's like a 10-week
I
program.
think is it 6 to 8 months? I think I'm
It's
not sure.
it's intensive, but when
Yeah,
you come out on the other side of it,
yeah,
the when it was first
yeah.
introduced in our community,
Mhm.
Greg Doolin,
Oh yeah,
from
we love
Doolin,
dudes.
yeah,
Yeah.
he went through that program, and the reason that Greg is successful is because of that. They taught him, and they don't. There's no money on that one, but they teach you every aspect. But and they one of the things is that you will double, triple, quadruple your revenue when
Yeah.
you can by the time a year out from that program.
Wow.
But Greg got the marketing that he got from them is what he does, and that's why he's so successful. He is now just created his own frozen fruit line,
Oh wow.
and it's now in supermarkets. He's been advertising that all week.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when the Goldman Sachs, keep your eye, go online and just register for it because it is the next level of,
Okay.
of 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 coaching and training, and you definitely
Okay.
would be there. You would get a lot out of it.
Okay.
And
They just
before you go, man, I gotta share the love that you're getting in the chat, man. You got Sean Super Brown, Big Sean said, market share is needed. Set 5% goal and sell it.
Mm.
So, that's going to be part of your marketing plan. Your mom, Miss Claudette Lefage, she said, great podcast. Thank you, Crystal and Gilbert, for giving
you're
Greg
welcome.
and Pawpis this opportunity.
Oh,
Amazing. And then Big Sean said, good show. And then he said, he different. You different.
He different.
You different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
man.
I'll send
Much
you
love
over.
to you, brother. Much love to you. I love the fact that you're a young brother and you're doing your thing and you're not following the herd and doing what they do. You're doing something different because your product can go in so many different spaces, man. It's going to be in the energy space. It's going to be with the athletes. It's going to be with the kids. It's going to be with big kids like me and Crystal.
yeah.
And then on top of that, you can expand your product line and do my favorite, the oatmeal and raisin.
Yeah. That must happen now. It has to
Yeah. He subtly hinted at it several
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Subtly.
Yeah, man. So we're excited. So we want to, well, you're going to follow up with Crystal because you guys got to do your sit down to do the bookkeeping thing, right?
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, actually, you're in the NBDA, not the Intuit one. The NBDA, right?
Yeah, I'm in BDA. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
um,
Yeah. We can talk. We'll definitely. I'm surprised that Cha Cha hadn't referred you over to me because I
Yeah.
think she's your lead at the Urban League.
Yeah.
But I'm there. The other thing is I will send you one. We want to thank you so much for being a guest on the
yeah,
show.
yeah,
We do appreciate and to getting to know you, and
yeah.
I look forward to uh, the heights that you're going to go to. I will send you over the information to come out and talk to the kids whenever your schedule or is applicable,
Okay.
and then just stay tuned for the Urban League. I think the next cohort that is going to come back around, and it's probably going to come in July, September, August, is the Intuit ideas program.
Okay.
So with the Intuit Ideas program, you will get your own bookkeeper. They
Oh wow.
will give you you will have a year subscription to the top level QuickBooks product,
Yeah.
and you'll get MailChimp. You will get an executive coaching team,
Yeah.
and you will get your taxes done for free for 2020 for the next year.
Oh
Ooh,
wow.
that's
Okay.
And then
amazing.
yeah, and then on the backside, now this cohort, which is ending in the next couple weeks, there was a $5,000 grant on the backside of it.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
here's
So
what I'm gonna do for you, Greg. I know we're piling on a lot of stuff on your plate right now. You probably won't even remember any of this after this show.
I'm glad for the recording.
Yeah,
yeah,
you got this recording they can go back to. But here's what I'm gonna do for you, brother.
Okay.
I'm gonna gift you my Small Biz Pro platform that
Okay.
will help small businesses to be business ready, contract ready, loan ready. I'm
Oh,
going to gift that back office to you so you'll have all your paperwork in order. You can access it in seconds using your smartphone. And
wow.
there's also a lot of contracts in there too. So,
Okay.
if you want to contract with the city, the county, the state, the federal government,
Yeah.
it's in there. All right.
Okay.
It's a
Thank
$900 a year platform. I'm gifting it to you for free, brother. Okay.
Ooh, good,
So
good.
you already
You.
you already have my phone number and an email. So when you're ready, reach out to me. I'll show you how to register on it so you can start uploading all your documents, all that bookkeeping stuff that Crystal is talking about. You'll upload it in there. Your
Okay.
marketing material, your business plan, your business license, your insurance, all of those things you get to upload in there, and I'll guide you also. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
not only are you getting the platform, but I'm going to give you some free coaching as well.
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
awesome, awesome.
Hey, man,
You are
you got to win, brother. You
Yeah.
got to win. Okay.
Yeah.
you are
All
set.
right.
So Greg, we're gonna ask if all of your family members will go over to our YouTube channel and hit that
Yes.
subscribe button and hit the like button.
Yes.
We would so
Yes.
appreciate that.
I know Miss Clarence is going to go there and subscribe, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
so let me put the QR code up so that they can go on over there. But it's the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert,
Yeah.
and we are here for those of you that are just tuning in. We're here every Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock to 4:30, and we have some amazing guests. And there are a lot of times we just have shows that we call our class in session. So for the last couple of months, that's what we've been doing, talking about what's going on in the business or in the political world because it affects our business. So we are
Yeah.
both very consummated business coaches, but I'm a community activist. And so I'm all
Right.
about my people and I'm all about my business
We.
people being successful.
My
So
co-host is radical.
I
Right.
am very radical.
Yeah.
And but I fight for my people and I fight for my community and I have a voice and so I use it. And
Right.
I have a
We're,
and I
we're
use it.
radical. We're radical in our own way. She's radical for the community, and I'm radical for the small businesses, man. So
That's good.
that's
Word.
how we do it. So
Yeah.
together we got a full and total package. But I'm serious about my gifting you the back office, man.
Okay.
And at first, I'm going to gift it to you for a year just to see if you're going to use it. If you don't use it, then
I
that's
better
it.
use it.
But if you
Yeah.
use it, then I'll gift it to you for life. So you're going to have that platform all the time, every time, so you can access your documents. See that capability statement that I just asked you for that you didn't have?
Yeah.
Okay. When you use my platform, you will be able to produce that in 6 seconds or less
Right.
using your smartphone. Okay.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Well, we're gonna
Let's
give you back
go,
to your
brother. Let's go.
your family. Thank you for joining us. And as he said, you can go over to our YouTube channel, and I gotta put in all of the keywords and all that sort of stuff, and so that it'll trend itself. But if you guys go register, go subscribe. But we'd love that. Hit that like button and go tell some more friends about us. We will love it. And yeah, and don't forget about the oatmeal raisin, brother.
Big Sean, you're
Oh,
Big Sean said, Big Sean said, hey man, you're just doing this because you want some oatmeal raisin, bro. Hey, Big Sean, you're right, man. Well, actually, you're kind of right because I'm doing this because I really want to support him as a small business, as a brother, and as a young man, growing up. Because one of the things we talk about on this show all the time is that when we were growing up, we didn't have any adults in the family or anyone in our community to coach us and guide us when it comes to entrepreneurship. We had to learn the hard way, and we really learned the hard way. It cost us a lot of money and time. So that's why I'm really doing what I'm doing, not only for him, but all the small businesses, man, to make sure they don't go through that. So that's one part of it, Big Sean. But the second part, yeah, I want my oatmeal raisin clusters. I want it.
And there you have it, Greg. All righty. So thank you so much.
And
thank your
thanks
family.
To the family, man. Thanks to the family for supporting.
Yes.
And we're going to sign off, everyone. And Greg, you guys go check out Greg. Go to his website. It's in the chat there. It's www.
Pawpis.us.
Pawpis. Okay. The W is not even pronounced.
Well, see, Crystal, in the Latino world, that's how they pronounce it.
Pawpisito.
Okay, so go over to his website and do Pawpis Energy, and go and follow him. Go order whatever the package, the bulk, and give it a try, and then go tell all your friends about it, especially those of you that are out there in the fitness world. I actually could use it right now because I got to go to water aerobics after.
Yeah, I need it too.
I got to find some energy.
I'll make sure you guys get some.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, brother.
All righty. Well, thank you.
Just stay in touch with us, man. Don't forget about us now. Just stay connected so we can help you to achieve your goal. Okay.
Thank you both so much.
All righty. Bye-bye. It was a pleasure. And we look forward to talking to you and seeing you again. And I'm sure I will. Yes. If you're in the Urban League family, we'll have some event and I'll be there and you'll be there.
Real soon.
Okay.
Here's the outro.
Bye.
All righty.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes I'm a